This fat girl lying on the operating table 200 pounds. This is a very dangerous plastic surgery. Most of the time she would die on the operating table, but she was very determined. Because of her appearance she has suffered too many cold eyes. The only first love she ever had was a scammer selling diet pills. It's not enough to cheat for money and feelings. I didn't expect that the diet pills were also fake. A bottle of it went down and she was hospitalized on the spot. The doctor used all his strength, but could not lift her. Even the fortune teller said, her fate will not change in her life. Don't look at her fat, but she has a perfect voice. However, because of her appearance and figure, Hannah could only be a substitute singer for the popular singer Yami. Watching the high atmosphere of the concert, she also danced with the music, but before she could bounce a couple of times, fell down, almost ruined the concert. After the stage was over, Yami impatiently accused her. She said she was not wearing a costume backstage. Seeing Yami hitting Hannah, producer Jack hugged her, expressing his concern. Hannah was so happy to be hugged by her favorite person. It made her feel that the man also likes her. Her best friend advised her to stop dreaming and wake up. She's not even a lover in her condition. Despite all this, Hannah was still happy with Jack's. Hannah was happy with every move Jack made. He would take the bottle home and collect it because he drank his own water. She'd be shy about the recording and look at him twice. But this day Hannah received a gift inside a beautiful dress. It was from Jack. He wanted Hannah to attend his birthday party. Wearing this dress, Hannah changed into the dress her lover gave her and sat next to him. She felt very happy. At that moment, Yami came too. She was wearing the exact same dress as Hannah. It's not terrible to clash with each other. Who is ugly and who is embarrassed? Looking at her fatty body strangled, Hannah was so embarrassed. She was so embarrassed that she left. Jack saw that it was Yami's fault, so he called her to the bathroom. He was angry and scolded her for being so stupid. How can you sing if you get rid of Hannah? She may be ugly and fat, but she has talent. And you're pretty and sexy but not talented. She exists because of you.
난 강한 날 좋아서 잘해주는 것 같아? 네가 그렇게 지랄 안 해도 걘 거울 보면서 하루도 수십 번씩 무너지는 애야. 그냥 놔둬도 무너져. 그 전에 우리한테 온 걸 감사하게 생각해야 돼.
All this was overheard by Hannah. Hiding in the bathroom, she covered her mouth to keep from crying out. Back at home, Hannah sealed up the windows and doors, holding the bottle of water that Jack had drunk, lying on the couch. Just then the phone rang. It was a client who moonlighted as an emotional relief worker. The man was talking about his troubles. Hannah was getting a little impatient. Hearing the customer say he was a plastic surgeon, Hannah's eyes lit up. So she found the doctor decided to full body plastic surgery and regain a new life. This woman is preparing for a full body makeover, from head to toe. A dozen cans of fat were removed. The moment she took off the gauze, her face was wrapped in it. Everyone was stunned. What is the most beautiful face? Even crying is so beautiful. Once a leg of the pants is now her entire waistline. She was transformed. Walking out of the hospital, Hannah walked down the street in a restrained manner. She was still not used to her current appearance. When she saw a dress she liked, this time she could finally buy it without any fear. She saw the look she got from people. She became more and more confident. It was like being reborn. Dancing in the crowd, she loved the feeling of being noticed. But Hannah underestimated her own beauty. How attractive it was. Men can't take their eyes off her after one glance. The driver of the car accidentally rear-ended the uncle and cursed. But when he saw her face, he immediately changed his attitude. And then the traffic cop came. As soon as he saw Hannah, he immediately gave the driver the responsibility. The driver also gladly accepted. The two of them warmed up to each other. Even the driver's head was bleeding and he said he was fine. Until they saw the photo on Hannah's driver's license. The two men were completely dumbfounded because it's not the same person at all. Girlfriend rushed to find someone to look around. Backhandedly picked up a beggar lady and began to incite. She also did not expect Hannah disappeared for a year. Surprisingly, she became a beggar. The sight of Hannah froze until the display of the two girlfriends' tattoo. Girlfriend only believed that this beautiful girl is the former fat Hannah. From the mouth of the girlfriend to know that she disappeared for a year. Yami's career has fallen apart. Until now, the company is still looking for her replacement. In order to realize her dream of becoming a singer, Hannah decided to change her name to Jenny and apply for a job at the company. Walking into the recording studio, she was afraid to look Jack in the eye. Only when she sang did she become confident. Her perfect voice was a hit. The agent was delighted. Now Yami can plan her album. But Jack thought Jenny's appearance would completely eliminate Yami's looks, so he decided to promote Jenny. Soon Jenny's natural beauty became a hit on the streets. Jack used all his resources promised to make Jenny a top singer. The two became closer and closer as they spent time together, but Jack was not satisfied with Jenny, thinking that she was too concerned about her appearance, so he put up a video. The woman in the video is the woman before plastic surgery. Jack pointed at Hannah and said, "You don't sing half as well as she does now," but Jenny retorted that she was ugly. Jack immediately interrupted her. "Hannah is a special girl to me." Hearing these words, Jenny couldn't help but cry. She felt that Jack should like her, so she decided to be honest with her. But her best friend told her, "Men say that it's okay for a girl to have plastic surgery, but it's not okay to be his girlfriend." Jenny didn't believe her. She came to Jack's house to find out how he felt about plastic surgery. To her surprise, he said he should be able to accept it, as long as it's not his girlfriend. Jenny was silent. This was not the answer she wanted. She decided to bury the secret of plastic surgery forever. Once she was a fat 200-pound girl named Hannah. She changed her name to Jenny and became a beautiful woman. Now back home she burned all of Hannah's photos, erasing all traces of her former self. Now she was just Jenny. Soon a very important singing competition begins. This is the one that will determine whether Jenny can make her debut as a singer or not. She was very nervous. This was her first time on stage. The audience was watching her. Jenny cowered, singing the lyrics in a whisper. Seeing the disappointed faces of the audience, she turned her head to look at Jack, but Jack's disappointment was written all over his face and it irritated her. Jenny decided to put on a good show. The place was instantly heated up. All the audience was ignited. With this performance, Jenny's popularity continued to soar. She became a famous and popular star. But a crisis was coming. Soon the company started planning a big concert for her. Her relationship with Jack grew closer and closer. On that night, the two kissed under the influence of alcohol. Jenny finally gets the relationship she's always dreamed of. But Jack sees the familiar pattern on the glass and is lost in thought. Not long afterwards, Yami accidentally found out the real identity of Jenny. For her own future, this matter is public. So this night she brought an old man here in front of. Seeing the old man's face, Jenny was stunned, because it was her father who was suffering from Alzheimer's disease. Jenny couldn't admit it and didn't dare to admit it. Otherwise everything she had now would be destroyed. Jack saw that someone was causing trouble. He took her father away and her girlfriend rushed forward. The couple was thrown down. The father looked at the current Jenny. She realized that Jenny had changed, became strange, became indifferent. The bosom friend and the father's departing back made Jenny realize she was wrong. She found Jack, told her she was the one who had been missing for a year. Yami's substitute singer, the fat, ugly Hannah. But Jack had already recognized her from the symbols she saw that night. She found Hannah's sheet music and found the same symbols and recalled Jenny's probing questions about plastic surgery and the fact that they had the same voice. It's impossible to have the same voice in the world. Jack was convinced that this woman was Hannah, but it didn't matter who she was, because in his eyes, Hannah's voice and now Jenny's were both his commodities. The most important thing now was the concert tomorrow night. Jenny understood. It's all about her own willingness. That night was a joke. She was devastated, disheartened. She tore down her poster, but she accidentally cut her hand. Jack saw this and rushed forward to cover her hand. This small cut was nothing to the body. She had cut her flesh. She had broken bones. All the pain is more than just a knife in the heart now. It's not that Jack hadn't felt something. He worried about the strange looks, the fingers behind his back, but it was all over. Jenny was completely dead. The company already knew about Jenny's plastic surgery and decided to cancel the concert. But Jack threatened his boss with his future and the concert went on as usual. On that day, thousands of fans came for Jenny. They were cheering her name at the bottom, but Jenny stepped on stage, not knowing who she is now. The people at the bottom were calling out their names. That's when her father rushed to the front of the stage with the doll. The security guards took him away roughly. Jenny shouted to stop. She decided to confess that her name was Hannah. A fat, ugly girl, had plastic surgery from start to finish. Now she's beautiful, but lost too many people along the way. She's abandoned her friends, abandoned her father, and herself. Looking at the former Hannah on the big screen, she smiled. She found herself. There were tears of emotion from the fans below. Jenny has disappeared. Now the singer Hannah is back. She's getting more and more popular. Her fan base is growing, but there are also a lot of people who hate Hannah. But she doesn't care anymore. She's using her true self. She's going farther and farther down this road.